Hello friends. Today we will let the honor to tell a breed dog's story to the dog itself. Let me introduce Mrs. Fortune, who would tell us the story of her kind. Mrs. Fortune belongs to the ancient race of Pugs. But please, to speak, dear, we all ears.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Indeed, I am a pug, joyfully so, and I was named Fortune by the famous pug of the Josephine Bonaparte. By the way, did you know that my namesake was the only visitor allowed to see Josephine Bonaparte when she was imprisoned at Les Camps prison? It happened before she married Napoleon Bonaparte. More to that old-time Fortune had a very important mission as to deliver letters to Miss Josephine's family under her collar. Yes, she was the only visitor allowed to see her mistress. Almost like a dog undercover agent. It was our very good luck that from the beginning we lived with queens, emperors, kings, wealthy aristocrats or monks who nevertheless almost worshipped us. My granny told me that first we lived in China when there ruled the Han dynasty, and we were very popular during the Song dynasty times too. More to that, Chinese lovely people wanted us to have wrinkles formed in a way that reminded one Chinese hieroglyph, which meant prince. We lived surrounded by luxury in ruling families, some of us even being guarded by soldiers as like we were treasures. Maybe from those old times we have this habit to nap after breakfast, before a walk and after a walk, before dinner and a bit after, and pretty much most part of the day, because what else could we do except accepting the worship of these nice two-pawed creatures? Our ancient relative seems to be the Heppa breed, a little Pekingese type of dog, but some say we might be the very far descendants of the Tibetan Mastiffs. This is a bit too polar theory, but I like it nevertheless. At some point, somewhere around the 1500s or 1600s, Dutch traders brought us to Europe and we gained popularity at the court. So much so that we became an official dog of the House of Orange in 1572. There is a magnificent story to it, which we, the noble family of Pugs, pass to each generation. It is a story about a pug by the name of Pompey, famous for saving the life of his owner, William the Silent, the Prince of Orange. Once, when Prince was slapped in his tent, he was on a campaign against Spain and the assassins crept toward it to kill him. But the brave Pompey alerted his master by barking and scratching, even jumping on William's face. Prince woke up and the attack was prevented. Some say that Pompey was a spaniel type, but I'm sure the dog was of a courageous Pugs family. William's grandson, William III, and his wife Mary II brought our kind to England. There happened the Glorious Revolution. This revolution replaced William's Catholic father-in-law and King of England, James II, with William III and his wife Mary. I'm sure that a small but a brave army of Pugs play a vital role in this event. Here in the United Kingdom, we generously gave our genes to the old-type King Charles Spaniels to help their prolonged nose shorten a bit. Of course, we Pugs became more and more popular across all Europe. We were pumped and dressed up, but some of us were used to our noses and brave hearts to do serious work in tracking people or animals and gardening. Many painters of the time depicted our ancestors. There were Goya, Karl Royket, Francois van der Dunkt, James Tissot, Francois Hubert Droues, Louis Michel Banlou, and William Hogarth. The latter has even been mocked by his fellow painter Paul Sandby in his caricature on Hogarth, Pugs Graces, where you may see the painter with the pug's paws. The scene is William Hogarth loved us pugs, and we were very often on his paintings. The most famous pug of this painter was Trump, whom he depicted in several of his works. But there is a wordplay involved too. Some believe that the pugs on his paintings were the symbol of the pugnacious character of their master. What an interesting little trick. Jim Matheson made a statue of William Hogarth and Trump, which you can look at in West London, Chiswick. There in London lived also a very famous person who happened to be a great Pugs admirer too, Queen of the United Kingdom of Great Britain and Ireland, Victoria. By the time Queen Victoria established her patronage over British Pugs, there were two lines that existed. The so-called Morrison line, developed by Queen Charlotte, and the Willoughby line, discovered in dogs brought from Hungary. During military campaigns in China in 1860s, two dogs of our breed were brought. They were named Lamb and Moss, and they became parents to pug by the name Click. Click became a parent to many little pugs from both lines and brought to the breed, generally, the look which we know nowadays. Queen Victoria also had many pugs and even bred them herself. Rumor has it that she especially loved fawn and apricot-colored pugs. Queen of England loved many dogs and helped to establish the first ever Kennel Club. Perhaps you may notice that many pugs depicted on paintings and statues look quite different from what we are today. They have longer legs and muscles too. Obviously, this is where you may see Click's walk. Those Chinese genes made us shorter and made our little muscles even more little. One British noblewoman, Lady Brassey, even brought a black pug from China, and they too became very fashionable at the time. In the 19th century, pugs have conquered America, and we've been duly recognized as a breed by the American Kennel Club. Of course, there was the Pug Dog Club established because it's just the proper thing to do. I can't help but distinguish a few of our widely known relatives and winners. The famous pug, Dandy's favorite woodchuck, who won the Westminster Kennel Club Dog Show in the United States in 1981, and unforgettable Double D Sinopoulos Masterpiece, who won the World Dog Show and became the world champion in 2004 in Rio de Janeiro, Brazil. That is a very short history of our breed. I am absolutely sure that there were much more of the brave deeds and faithful service shown by the little pugs over centuries, and if you know such, share them in the comments please. By this, I shall probably have a nap, just a little bit, before dinner.
I hope, ladies and gentlemen, you liked the new format of the Dog's Breed History. Please, leave your impressions and comments below. Thank you for watching and see you next time.